Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. There was a point in my life when I consistently found myself in relationships with women who were constantly nagging, complaining, criticizing, and putting me down. But if somebody would have told me the advice that I'm about to share with you in this video, I could have avoided all of that bullshit. So in this video, I'm going to share with you why women test men, how you should interpret her complaint, and what you can do to prevent it from happening again. For this video, I'm going to reference this book, The Way of the Superior Man by David Deida. Let's get to it. Alright, the reason women test men can be summarized in one word: trust. Reading directly from the book, a woman often seems to test her man's capacity to remain unperturbed in his truth and purpose. She tests him to feel his freedom and depth of love, to know that he is trustable. Her tests may come in the form of complaining, challenging him, changing her mind, doubting him, distracting him, or even undermining his purpose in a subtle or not so subtle way. A woman will test her man because she needs to know that she can trust him to provide and protect her. From an evolutionary perspective, a woman's primary responsibility is to take care of children. While she's pregnant, she can't go out hunting or building shelters or anything like that. She can't really survive on her own, and that's why she's dependent on a man for survival. From this perspective, you can see that the choice of partner is arguably the biggest choice she's ever gonna make in her life. If she partners up with a strong, masculine, competent man, that means a lifetime of security. But if she picks a loser, she's gonna live her entire life in misery. Back in tribal day, picking the wrong guy could mean death, both for her and her children. And this is the exact reason why women put men down. Women are dependent on men for survival, and this dependency leads to insecurity. It is the insecurity that she feels the man won't be able to provide and protect her. Think of all the men she could choose as her partner. She chose you. She believes in your masculinity. She believes that you're the man who is best suited to provide and protect her. And if she's gonna have children with you, she's investing the best years of her life to secure a commitment from you. With so much sacrifice on the table, she needs to know that she has made the right choice. So what happens if she senses that she has made a bad choice? What happens if she feels like you're not living up to her expectations? Well, it's gonna trigger in her all of those concerns about survival, these fears that are deeply rooted in evolution. She's angry with herself for making a bad choice, and at the same time, she's angry with you for not being the person that she wants you to be. And this is when she will start to test you. She'll nag, complain, criticize, or even insult. This is her way of punishing you for not being the man that she wants you to be. And she will continue to test you until you can demonstrate to her that she can trust you again. Her complaint is content-free. What does that mean? In the book, the author points out that a man should hear his woman's complaints like warning bells and then do his best to align his life with his truth and purpose. However, if he believes in the literal content of her complaint, he will immediately go off course. Her complaint should be valued as a reminder to get it together, and perhaps as an indication as to how. But more often than not, the specifics of her complaint do not describe the real underlying action or tendency that needs to be changed. So understand that the thing that your woman is complaining about is rarely the thing that she is complaining about. As men, we are rational and logical, so if a woman brings up a complaint, our immediate response is to find a solution to that particular complaint. But then we would completely miss the point. You need to realize that there is a deeper underlying fear to her complaint. For example, if you say you're gonna clean the garage and a couple weeks passed by and you still haven't done it, then she complains to you, "Why didn't you clean the garage?" Now, her complaint is not really about cleaning the garage. The deeper issue here is that you didn't do what you said you would. You promised her that you would clean the garage, but you didn't follow through. To you, cleaning the garage is so trivial. It's so easy. It takes 5, 10, 15 minutes. What's the big deal? But to her, it shows that you lack integrity. You don't follow through with your words, so she can't trust you, and that's why she complains. Another example, if she's complaining about money, it's usually because of your lack of purpose, direction, and ambition. Money itself is secondary. If you were poor, but she knows that you have a clear purpose, a sense of direction, and she understands your ambition, then she wouldn't complain about the lack of money. One more. If she complains, "You've been watching TV all day every day," you have to understand that it's not the TV that bothers her. She's complaining about you being lazy. You have nothing else going on in your life that you can watch TV in the middle of the day. No job, no work, no sense of responsibility, commitment, or purpose. But she's not gonna come out and say, "You're a lazy piece of shit." So, she complains about you watching TV. So do you see now that when she complains, most of the time it's not actually about the thing that she's complaining about. There is a deeper fear that she's experiencing, that is, She cannot trust you. And you can't really blame her. If you're not living up to your masculinity, how can she possibly trust you to provide and protect her? Let me give you an interesting metaphor. Lionesses like lions with the darkest mane. Do you know why? Because in the heat of Africa, the big lions, 3, 4, 500 pounds, they can overheat really easily. And the darker the mane, the more likely it's gonna trap heat, so it makes it even more difficult to survive. But if not only that lion can survive, it can also thrive and beat out all the other competitions while having the darkest mane that's supposed to make you overheat and pass out. The lionesses look at that lion and they're thinking, this dude's the shit. He's got the darkest mane and he's still crushing it. And this is the same reason why women test men. What is this man made of? Is he gonna cave under pressure if I throw a tantrum? Is he gonna be a pushover? Or he's a real deal and I can trust him to provide and protect me? So all the nagging, complaining, criticizing, this is her way of trying to provoke you back into your masculinity. So are her tests inevitable? Is this what you have to look forward to in your relationship? Will it ever get to the point where she will stop testing you? There is a chapter in the book titled, "Stop Hoping for Your Woman to Get Easier." A man should never think his woman's testing is going to end and his life will get easier. Rather, he should appreciate that she does these things to feel his strength, integrity, and openness. Her desire is for his deepest truth and love. As he grows, so will her testing. It never ends. This is the secret. You can't get out of it. Finding a different woman won't get you out of it. Therapy won't get you out of it. Financial or sexual mastery won't get you out of it. Your woman is testing you because she loves you. She wants to feel your truth. She wants to feel your love. She wants to feel that your truth and love are stronger than the barbs she can throw at you. Then she can relax and surrender into the polarity of man and woman. Then she can trust you. So, no, her test will never stop. Son of a... And most of the time, she doesn't realize that she's doing it because these fears are so deeply rooted in her consciousness. So it doesn't matter if you work at McDonald's or you're the president. It doesn't matter if you're Joe Schmo or Leonardo DiCaprio. It doesn't matter if you just started dating or 6 months in, 5 years in, 10 years in. It doesn't matter. Every now and then, she'll poke at you. She needs to know that you're still there. She needs to know that you're still strong, competent, stable, reliable. She needs to know that you're still the person who she thinks you are. Now, before you go mad crazy saying,
Ben, this is some bullshit. I'm not gonna deal with all this complaining and nagging. This is ridiculous.
Hold on. I got you. I know what you mean. So now let's talk about prevention. There are 2 things you can do. Number 1, like we discussed, her tests stem from certain fears that she has. So if you can eliminate those fears, you can significantly reduce her testing. If she's unhappy, there is a reason. Maybe all you can see is anger and sadness, but deep down, what's motivating all of this behavior is a fear. So it's your job to get to the bottom of it. Maybe it's her fault. She has unrealistic expectations of who she wants you to be. Or maybe she has some trauma in the past that makes her feel really insecure. Or it could be your fault. You're lazy, unmotivated, you got nothing going on for yourself. You're not living up to your masculinity. Or it could be both of you. Whatever it is, that's the first thing you need to figure out. Second, there is a big difference between understanding and tolerating. Understand that she's gonna test you doesn't mean you have to tolerate her bullshit. There's a right way to communicate in a relationship. You should have a zero tolerance policy when it comes to disrespectful behavior. Screaming, yelling, insulting, name-calling, criticizing, constantly undermining, being passive-aggressive. Anybody who speaks to you this way should be removed from your life. There are no excuses for this behavior. They're childish and immature. There must be a minimum standard on how your woman should behave in a relationship. If your woman has a problem, she should speak to you directly and honestly about her concerns. There's no need to be disrespectful. Trust me, I know what it's like to be in a relationship with a woman who's always complaining, nagging, and bringing you down. It is not worth it. So that's it. We talked about why she tests you, how her complaint is content-free, and what you can do to prevent it. What do you think? I'd love to know your experience in the comment section. Speaking of why women test men, have you ever wondered why women put so much emphasis on the men that they're dating as well as their relationships? I talk about why women define themselves by their relationships in this video here. You should definitely check it out. Till next time, stay curious.